Hello everyone, this is XSample, and today I'm bringing to you my updated pumpkin and melon farm. Yep, that's right, this is a little bit different from the old one. It's a lot more quieter and probably a little bit easier to build. Also, it doesn't seem to lose any drops at all, so it's pretty much lossless. Yeah, let's just take a quick look around first before we start building this and explain what's going on here. So at the moment we have 4 vines. Each one of these vines has 2 possible spots to grow a pumpkin or melon on, and that is pretty good. Above those vines we have an observer block with some redstone dust on top, and what that'll do, it'll check the state. If this changes, it will fire off this piston, but because we're using redstone up here, it's actually going to fire off all the pistons at once. So it doesn't matter which one of these updates, it'll fire off the pistons and harvest all these block areas here. And when the piston fires, it breaks the melon or pumpkin and it gets sucked up by the hopper cart, and that gets transferred into these hoppers and then into this chest. So that's pretty much how it works. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I've also placed some water in the center there. That helps keep the farmland hydrated, and it may increase crop yield, maybe. Let's go ahead and build this thing. So I'm going to start off by placing the chest, and we're going to build up from there. So we'll grab one chest, yep, and then we're going to place a hopper directly on top of that chest, and then we're going to place hoppers going into that hopper. One there, one there, one there, and one there, and that gives us this pattern. It's pretty simple. So if any items drop into any of these hoppers, they will end up in this chest. That's quite simple. Now we're gonna have to build up the farmland area, but we can't place the dirt block where the hopper cart's gonna be. We need to do something special for that, but we need to put a dirt block there, one there, one there, and one there. And so now you should have something that looks a bit like that. Yeah, pretty simple so far. Good. Now we're going to place some minecart rails. One on top of that hopper. One there, one there. One there and one there. You don't have to place one in the middle, but I do because I like them all facing the same direction. That's just me. And then on top of that we're going to place a hopper minecart, or minecart with hopper, on top of those rails. And we've got to be very careful that we don't bump these now, because we want them to stay where they are. That's very good. Now above that hopper minecart, we are going to place a block of dirt. So I'm just going to place a block there and then break that one. So we've got something that looks a bit like this. And the idea is that we're going to push this piece of dirt into that minecart hopper like we have over there, and that will allow us to pick up drops really fast but not have minecarts running around the bottom. In our previous version we had a minecart rolling around the bottom here and it was really noisy, so we're trying to get rid of that by doing this. Okay, so then we need to push these blocks down. We need to do a couple of things. We need pistons, so we're going to need 4 regular pistons. We don't need sticky pistons, and they need to be facing down. So I'm just using this piston block to be able to place this facing down. Then I'm breaking that one. Alright, like that. And once we've got them all in, there we go. You should have something that looks a bit like that. Now we can't push these dirt blocks directly down on top of these minecarts with the rails in place, so we need to remove the rails without breaking anything else or pushing the minecarts. Yeah, all 4 done. And now we need to push all these pistons down. To do that, what we can do is we can we can place a block here, and then we can use a button, and that button should fire all those pistons down. Now we remove that button and we should have something that looks a bit like this. Now we need to place our water in before we go any further. So we get 1 bucket of water and we place it in like that, and we shouldn't have any leaks. That's all good. We're doing good. And now we need to prepare our farmland, and in each of the corners we're going to hoe it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you should have something that looks a bit like that. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Now we need our seeds, so you can choose melon or pumpkin here. I have got pumpkin seeds. That is what I'm using in this tutorial. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, we're nearly done. It was that simple, I'm telling you. We need some observer blocks. Observer. So we're going to place one there, one there, one there, and one there. And you've got to make sure that the red dot's facing upwards. It's very important. And now we need some redstone dust because we want all the pistons to fire at once. And we're just going to place a redstone dust on top of each one of those red dots. And that's it. Yep. You were expecting more? There's no more. That's it. That's how you make this farm. So we can use our bone meal to grow these up real fast. And as we do, the pistons fire, and you get some idea of how this works. So when the vine changes state, that means when it grows a pumpkin, it will actually fire off the observer will detect it and will fire off these pistons and harvest those pumpkins. They will end up in the hopper minecart and then transferred into the chest. Alright, one thing I forgot to mention was that this block, when I placed it, needs to be a light source. So if you use glowstone, that'll be probably the best thing. Otherwise you need to have a powered light source. Or a lantern, sea lantern. As you can see, we're getting pumpkins. They're going straight into the chest. Nothing on the ground. That's that. I am actually going to go ahead and build this in my survival world. And if you want to go check that out, you should. Because I'm going to do this in survival in real time, and I'm going to build probably, you know, more than one unit pumpkins and melons to get me started. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll catch you next time. Later.